Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today Apple released iOS 26.4 Beta 3 that I have here on my 17 Pro Max to show you all the new changes. So without further ado, let's jump in. Starting with the update size and build number, here on the 17 Pro Max, the update size was 1.68 gigabytes and the build number is 23E5223F. And now let's take a look at the new features. Starting with the phone app, when you open any of your recent calls, you will see a bigger switcher between the details and voicemail tabs. To show you how it used to look, here is a side-by-side comparison with the previous version. You can see a big difference between the two. In messages, when I open any of the conversations, then tap the plus button, then go to location, I no longer have the option to request a location like before. And to confirm this, here's a side-by-side comparison with the previous version. I used to have the option to request, but currently I can only share. In iOS 26.4 Beta 2, I showed you the updated content hub of the Freeform app that gives you a lot more content to choose from, plus the ability to generate images. But back then, this feature didn't work. Every time I try to subscribe to the Creator Studio app, it used to fail or load endlessly. But currently, when I tap on Accept Trial, it actually allows me to start my free trial. So let me double press the power button to subscribe and show you how it looks in action. After joining the free trial, it gave me this screen to download more apps which I ignored. Now let me show you how to generate images. You can either tap on the attachment button and you'll find the option over here or under the Content Hub. When you tap on it, it gives you this screen where you can choose a style. You have multiple styles to choose from or something custom. Plus you have the view. Under the view, you have the 45 degrees angle, high angle, low angle, and so on and so forth. Then you can choose the aspect ratio. Once you are done with the selections, you can describe the image you want to generate. So I will try to type something and show you how it works. So here is my command. I'm asking it to create an image of a house on the lake and a car parking at the front door. Plus I have the ability to add reference images if I want. So let's tap on send and see what's gonna happen. So here's the final result, which looks nice. At the top right corner, you have the ellipses. First, you can view ingredients, which includes all the settings you chose at the beginning. Then you can report a concern or delete. You can save this image to your gallery or files. And the plus button will allow you to create or add more images. Then we have here a carousel at the bottom to apply further edits, like the ability to change the details. Here you have the background. It's giving you some suggestions. Then we have the mood, then we have the mashup, and this one will allow you to mix between different photos. Then we have the style, you can adjust it if you want, and the view, and finally the aspect ratio. Once you are happy with the creation, you can tap on the tick button to add it to your project. In Apple Maps, I started to see more filters that didn't exist before under the restaurants category. So let me do a quick side-by-side comparison to show you the difference between the two. Here's the previous version of iOS, and you can see here that now I have this toggle called In Guides. Then when you scroll further down, you will see two extra filters, one for the prices and one for the star rating. In the Stocks app, I got a brand new splash screen with 3 features: market data, business news on all your devices, and the last one says use iCloud to view your symbols and watch lists across your Apple devices. I'm not sure if these features are new or not, but I didn't see anything inside the app. It looks exactly the same as the previous version, but the only difference I found is this last option that I used to have in the previous versions, which is called Clear Recommendations Data, is no longer showing in Beta 3. I also got a new splash screen in Apple TV. Talks about 2 new additions. First, Formula 1 is on Apple TV and the MLS is included with Apple TV. Now you can watch every match, Leagues Cup and more with an Apple TV subscription, no blackouts. But inside the app itself, it looks exactly the same as before, no difference. In Apple Keyboard, we got 6 new emojis, but unfortunately, none of them is currently showing. They only appear as question marks. But when you tap on any of them, it shows the name. Here we have Hairy Creature, we have Distorted Face, Orca, Trombone, landslide, and finally fight clouds. I just watched Brandon's Butch video about this new feature, and he's saying that the emojis do appear on Android phones but not on iOS 26.4 beta 3. So let me give it a try and open the conversation on my Pixel 10 Pro XL, and that's correct. Any Android phone can view these emojis, and here's how they look in action. On a side note, if you like my wallpapers, they are available for download through my Patrons page, and let me tell you that most of them work really well with the depth effect of iOS, which will make your lock screen look stunning. And here is a quick preview at the wallpapers you are going to get. So if you want to give it a try, you will find the download link in the description. And now let's get back to iOS 26.4 Beta 3. By this, I covered all the new changes in iOS 26.4 Beta 3. Now let's talk about my experience with the performance and stability of this build. The first thing I noticed after installing this build that the clock animation on the lock screen when you expand the album art is now working properly. When you compare this even to the stable version, you will see that the animation is weird. The clock comes from the left side, while currently the animation works as expected. Apple also fixed the most annoying issue I used to experience with Beta 2, which is the long loading time in pretty much all apps, especially the App Store. As you see here, now everything works as expected and the page loads really fast, no problems. I used to experience the same issue in the app library and multiple apps throughout the OS, but with Beta 3, everything works great. When it comes to the performance and stability in general, so far so good, no major issues or bugs that I came across while filming the video. Everything works as expected. And if you are curious about my Geekbench 6 scores, I got 10,111 for the multi-core and 3,842 for the single core, which is slightly better than the numbers I got with Beta 1 and Beta 2, especially when it comes to the multi-core. So that's pretty much it for today. These are all the new changes I wanted to show you on iOS 26.4 Beta 3. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.